I wasn't frozen. That was a joke. We are live. I was just gave it a little buffer to make sure, but no, we're live this afternoon on this Wednesday, January 2nd, day after my least favorite day of the year. Um, Turns out my least favorite day is not Christmas, despite what you may have thought. It is actually April Fool's Day because in high school. I won a senior superlative in most likely to become president. I didn't win that one. I should have, but I didn't. Those things, most athletic, whatever. Also should have won that one. But no, my friends decided to gang up on me and vote me most gullible. Maybe it was a little bit more naive at 17 than today, but it still holds true that if you say something, I just believe you. Sorry for trusting you all. So don't fucking fool me on April Fool's Day. I got scammed by a couple of things that I thought were true for a second, and then I realized it. Anyway, April Fool's Day sucks. Don't do it. Happy April 2nd. We're here to find that flip. Sorry, we're a little late today. A little shakeup in our morning schedule, but nevertheless, we are here on the MLS looking at deals again. All right. So again, two for the price of one today, one for the price of two, excuse me, one for the price of two. As I said, a little shakeup in the schedule, so you guys just get me today. Let's see. What are we going to look for? And as much as I like to monologue and talk shit on here, I'm going to be expediting today's find that flip a little bit, not rushed, but just to the point. I've got to, I've got a busy afternoon. It's already 12:30, so just want to make sure we get through a full deal analysis while I've got you here for the next 20 minutes. All right. Single families are pretty simple. I love single families. They are sort of the most fun to envision, I think, usually, and definitely the simplest to underwrite. So we were looking at multifamily yesterday. Alex was in a multifamily mindset that apparently is taken that name, but today we're going to be in a single family mindset, which might be available, but not nearly as catchy. So, looking at a random town. Let's see. Actually, let's search keywords. Let's go. What's one we didn't look at? Needs work. Needs work. Pretty straight up. Needs work. We have 5 listings in the state of Massachusetts that need work. We have a total of 4,000 single families. Only 5 need work. Probably more than that. Let's take a look. Oh, this was one we were looking at the other day. Wait. We already looked at this one, I'm pretty sure. We did underwrite this one. Days on market 18. Huh. This is an interesting one, but we're not going to underwrite that today. All right, Marlboro. Very good town. Needs work. 500,000 bucks. 3-bed, 1.5 bath. I don't know if this is going to be a flip. This is a great sweat equity deal. Where does it say needs work? I don't know. Let's see. Let's check out this one. Oh, this is a little more beat up. Investors, contractors, builders. Another 3 good keywords. Maybe this is it. Let's check this out. Beverly, Mass. North Shore, 22 Laurel Street. Charming single family. Definitely a bit dated. Layout looks pretty good. Just an old colonial. Honestly, looks like it needs paint, flooring. Oh, we've got fuses. We've got an old panel, definitely upgrading that. We've got a furnace. You know, so a lot of these, you know, my guess is this is going to be priced a little bit too high for us to buy it, renovate it, sell it, and make some money. Unless you're doing, you know, unless you're doing all cash and you don't mind like a little bit more of a sure thing. Um, you know, with these where it's like truly cosmetics, and this looks really well maintained, even though this carpet looks like it's from 1950. Looks like it was vacuumed yesterday. So nicely maintained, even with an old panel. You kind of, you know, you have a lot of confidence, I guess I'd say, in what you're getting because everything is really clean. Um, you know, like I said, a little bit more of a sure thing. You know, you're not probably not going to hit as many surprises on this. So if you've got a lot of cash and you want something that's a bit more straightforward, this could be a good deal. I have no idea what it would combat yet, but this isn't like a crazy lift. But you know, if you kind of want a secure flip, I guess you kind of like these easy ones, then this could be a good opportunity. So let's look at, instead of just flipping through pictures, let's look at some comps. All right. All right, we found a deal pretty quickly. So we have 22 Laurel X2, maybe a half mile. Remove this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, 17 comps within a half mile. All right. All right, we have I forgot. We have 1,100 square feet, built in 1900, classic colonial, 3-bed, 1.5 bath. Is this a purchase comp, maybe? Purchase comp? Give me some inside pictures. There we go. Ooh, this might be a purchase comp. Yeah, not bad. I mean, kind of rough shape, right? But I mean, this sold for 517, listed for 475. That's definitely what they're using as their purchase comp here, which is smart. All right. So we're looking for 1,100 square feet, 3-bed, 1.5 bath. What's the half bath? Let's go back to the listing. Some sweat equity, make it your own, as is, needs work, will not qualify for FHA, probably due to that fuse panel. And probably some other things, but that fuse panel definitely. Seller does not live at home. Oh, it has knob and tube. Oh, okay. So we're gonna need, if this has knob and tube, then we're gonna need all new electrical, which is not impossible, but not cheap. Okay, I'm probably gonna throw 15,000 bucks at the electrical here. So, it's got a detached garage. It's got a lot of really great things. So important to the listing description. Not a quote sure thing, but at least you know what you're getting, right? Okay. And you know, I'd be interested to take a look at this, but you know, this bathroom, you may want to you may want to pull out all these tiles and retile it. You may want to reglaze it, depending on what your comps are. This is pretty tight. This is an 18-inch vanity. Um, you know, I don't see the other bathroom, but okay. Let's find a comp. Let's find a completed comp. 3-bed, 1.5 bath, a little bigger. And my guess is it has a larger bathroom. Yeah, this is definitely top of market comp. It sell for 649? There we go. Yeah, top of market comp. Nice new cabinets. I don't know if this is renovated. Like, this may have been done by like a flipper, but probably not. It looks like someone's living here. Someone renovated it maybe before they bought it. 2 good-sized bedrooms, good-sized bathroom. Oh, a finished basement too. Oh, huh. Let's see. I wonder if 1,300 above grade, 1,500 below grade. Okay. Just your classic Cape. What's another 3-bed, 1.5 bath, 1,400 square feet? That bathroom looks a little small, which is the one thing I'm really worried about. Seems like people like Beverly, but I would not like that bathroom. These are a little too big. Maybe there's a way to make the bathroom bigger. It's hard to tell. I'm certainly not going to go visit this, but let's take, this has that detached garage, similar style home. Newly renovated. This is a very charming house. All right. This is the half bath. Wow, look at this. So charming. They did a great job. Great job on this one. I bet this one went quick. A very similar opportunity with our other one here. This is really nice size bathroom. Oh, okay. All right. So 660, I don't know. It's under agreement. I don't know what it went for. Where was our other one here? 654. And then we have ours. That is listed at 525. So again, nice layout. Like, you can see we have an opportunity to hit kind of all these similar things, but I'm just worried about this little bathroom. I would look into finding some way to expand this bathroom a bit. And again, this is the only photo we have. It's tough to tell, but that's going to make this house a lot tougher to sell if this is the only possible layout of the bathroom. Maybe you remove this and you only have a stand-up shower. I would advise that. Either you're going to have a family in here, most likely, which if they have young kids, they're going to have the kids a bath. These are things you're going to want to, that you have to think about when you're considering your property. So, I think that maybe if we can get a good sized bathroom, we're probably looking at around 650, similar to this guy. So 650, if 650 is what we're going to sell for, that means we need to be into this total for, I had a feeling this was going to, 75 cents on the dollar is 487,000. I had a feeling this deal was going to kind of happen like this. Just looking at some of these numbers. So I have no idea how, this one's a little bit larger, but like this needs way more work. I'm not going to go through all these pictures, but I have no idea how someone bought this for 517 and is going to turn around and sell this for best case 700. Best case, this one's a little bit bigger, but I think that's a stretch. 660, 640, 665. This is 4 beds. Yeah, 729 here. This may be a totally different product. This is, like I said, 700 is your absolute best case scenario. And I'm just kind of talking out of my ass here. No idea how someone's buying this house for 517 and making money there. No clue. Um, so for me, if I'm looking at this one and I think I can sell this for 650, I want to be, into this for no more than 75% of 650, usually 70%, but let's just say 75. So that's a total of 487,000. And then you have cosmetics, you know, 40,000, and electrical at 15,000. I mean, you're going to be into this pretty quickly for, 45, 55,000. It can go pretty quick, especially if you're talking about buying all new cabinets, buying appliances, stripping this wallpaper, pulling out all this carpet. Hopefully, there's hardwood flooring under there. You've got to replace all this electrical. Even I would say even your best case, you're spending at 40,000. Your best case. You have to purchase this for 450. 445, 450, and you can see they already want 525. So it's probably not something that I'm necessarily going to try to pursue because we're already so far off. Again, any offers can be submitted and they have to present it to their seller, right? Maybe you just catch them the right time and the right day, and I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're thinking here, but that's kind of where my numbers come in. Even buying this if you're doing this truly all cash, as I said, and you can comfortably say, yeah, for, I'm going to put 55,000 into this. I don't necessarily care what my ROI is, or maybe not that you don't care about ROI, but like, I don't care what my exact return is, but I know I buy this for 525. I'm into this for, 575. I feel super confident in that. I'm going to sell this myself. I'm going to keep the listing commission. My expenses are going to be at a minimum. I'm going to have this back on market in 4 months at 659, and I know this market really well, and I'm going to hit that. Maybe they can be okay with that. I'm probably, even if I had 550,000 burning a hole in my pocket, I'm probably not pursuing that. But maybe they just really like Beverly. Maybe they really know that market. Maybe they, maybe they really know this type of house. Maybe it's right down the street from where they live and it's super convenient. There's a number of factors that can make a certain deal attractive to a certain type of buyer. I still think 525 is a little bit more expensive, with that same strategy. If it was maybe buying it for 500 and all into it for 550 and selling for 650, you could see it a little bit more. But no, it's this is definitely a deal that needs some work. Like you have to replace all the electrical. You cannot have knob and tube wiring. That's not going to fly. And maybe this agent just thinks that these fuses mean there's knob and tube wiring, which it actually doesn't. This is a panel. So you need to replace the entire panel for sure to a traditional, 100 or 200 amp electrical panel, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all the wiring needs to be replaced. So that could change things, but these are things that I don't know, things that I would be looking at if I was pursuing this deal, because that reduces your renovation costs by, 10 to 15,000 bucks. Just changing out a panel is much, much less expensive than changing out your entire electrical system, plus the cosmetic work that comes with that, demoing walls, opening it up, exposing it for the electrician, patching the walls back after the electrician is done. So there's more that goes into it than just, change the electrical. Like, no, you incur demo costs, sheetrock costs, painting costs, all these things that sort of come along with redoing all of the wiring. But that's a question for someone else to answer. And that could be kind of what's missing here. But I wish whoever buys this the best of luck. It's a very charming house and probably a pretty charming neighborhood. And it looks like the buyers really love Beverly. I mean, these are some strong numbers on single families. So maybe you make that bathroom a little bit better, and maybe build out the basement, right? You can add some square footage in the basement. Um, this is your gray and white, which I don't love, but maybe that, and then maybe you have some creative design touches. This person has amazing creative design touches on this one that really make this stand out. I bet this went for higher than 660 if I had to guess. This is going to be a very attractive listing. When it came on, I bet they had a lot of people coming to it, and you could see it went under agreement pretty quickly. So, all right, well, I'm going to leave you guys with that for today. I hope this isn't an amazing deal, but I hope you got some value from me in terms of like things to look for, things to consider, a little bit about knob and tube wiring. I don't know exactly how it works. All I know is it's not allowed. But fuses, a fuse panel does not necessarily mean knob and tube wiring. There's a difference. Property has knob and tube. I'm not telling this agent what to do. I probably wouldn't say that specifically because someone may think kind of like I did, where you have to replace all of it. Might not be the case. And unless this agent is a licensed electrician, it's probably left to disclose what they know, but maybe not what they don't understand specifically. So there's probably a better way to phrase this. Not telling anyone what to do, but just my thoughts. So 22 Laurel Street, best of luck. Find that flippers. Thanks for watching. Best of luck to you all the rest of the day. And I got to run.